So that's why, okay. So that's why I'm somehow, yeah, connected with bees. However, the secret is that I don't eat honey myself, but I say to everyone that honey is very healthy food to eat. So I'm not a beekeeper myself, but I enjoy to be with bees and with beekeepers, and I help beekeepers to take care of bees who are on the top roof of Tallinn University. We have 4 beehives there. So, but I study honey, so that's why I'm connected with bees. And I will speak about research of honey as well during this meeting. So, and yeah, as I said, today I'm in a vacation mood. So I work. So this is the area where I am at the moment. So we had my son and his friends 5 kilometers walk just some minutes ago, and this is my area. And this is the place actually I'm coming from. So I'm not from Tallinn. And now I ask you to think about some kind of places. We don't speak about peace just right away, but think about some places where do you feel calm and you feel relaxed. What kind of places are these? What kind of colors you think about? If you are thinking about places where you feel really relaxed and you can enjoy, or you can feel happiness. So, and if you have worries, you go there, and then after that you feel relaxed. Could you? And if you think about these places, could you explain what you can see in these places? What kind of colors you can see, and what kind of lights you can feel, and is it warm place or cold place? So you are very free to describe, or you can put some just characteristics or some words in the chat also. So if you think about very, very nice and relaxing place, what do you feel? What do you see? What kind of colors you see? And is there any kind of very specific smell or light? Or if you touch a ground, is it stony, or is it soft? What kind of ground do you feel? So what do you see? Do you have these kind of places? So, and now you are very free to share if you have these places. Yeah, Lilian is describing water. Water is important. Yeah, it can be sea, or it can be lake, or waterfall, or river, or some very small stream as well. So if you have some characteristics to describe these places, you can say it loudly, or you can put it in the chat. Snow mountains, completely silent place. Yeah. In Estonian case, it's also, you can dream about winter and very, very like a powder, this kind of snow. This is extremely nice. And if you are Estonian, so you can understand that taking a sauna, So having very, very hot sauna during winter times and then jump into fresh snow. I don't know from which countries you are from, but in Estonian case, this is something extremely wonderful to feel. And if you have opportunity after this Corona crisis, you are very welcome to come to Estonia and have, during winter times, and have real Estonian sauna and then jump into very fresh snow. Wind and fresh herbs and so already now we got some very small but still very important sentences which are coming from nature. And normally if we think about these relaxing places, maybe young people like my son who is 15 and running to the beach right now, maybe they are thinking about like supermarkets or these kind of places, but not so much actually. So if you think, if people are thinking about relaxing places, then they are describing something that are connected with nature. So colors are green and blue mostly, or yellow, that is describing sun. And it's you already mentioned water, which is very important, and different kind of smells. And probably these places, very often these places are coming from your childhood. So, and this place, what is on the picture right now, this is also from my childhood. So if I'm living in Tallinn today and I have, I need to think about, I need to go to the calm place so I can dream about it. And this is something what nature gives us. It is kind of ugly now or tough to say ecosystem services right now, to use this kind of sentence to describe these relaxing places. But mostly if we are speaking about nature or resources from nature or what nature gives us, and if we are speaking with businessmen or people who are dealing with money, especially so, we forgot all these things that we can dream about, or we forgot these things what we can't count. If we think about nature and money, then we are thinking about these things that we can count, trees and berries and fishes. But nature gives us much, much more. And for example, what I described before, that all these pictures and dreaming opportunities, this is one part of what nature gives us. And it is called cultural ecosystem services. It's a tough word to say, ecosystem services, but somehow to describe the value of ecosystem, it is needed to describe it. Not only the things that we can count, but things that that we can't count, but that gives value to ecosystems. So, and one part of ecosystem services, one big part is biodiversity, that that gives healthy biodiversity gives us also the opportunity to be alive, to enjoy life, and also to get products from the nature. And one part of biodiversity are insects, and of course bees, who are insects. And now we will speak about insects and bees. So if I mention bees, then I think about insects as well. And if I say insects, so I think about bees as well. So these little creatures, they are playing very important role in ecosystems and keeping ecosystems alive, and are part of ecosystem services. So these small animals which are normally annoying us, So, but here in this circle, you already see that they are part of all. Yeah, I can be sure that all of these small aspects here. And however, I don't want to say, I don't want to speak about problems, but still in everyday news, and we already see, yeah, how today outside is extremely warm and nice weather, but this is, yeah, we can enjoy it today, but this is definitely for us, for Estonia, it is quite big and not very good signal for climate warming. What happened just recently in Germany, this is part of climate change. So and these things, or these are happening because of our actions, what we are doing here as human beings. And although these things, what I mentioned here, are connected with climate change, and this is somehow in news and in our everyday life, this is like, it seems to be most important issue and most dramatic issue, and it is actually, yes. But already more than 10 years ago, and now Rockström and his colleagues from Stockholm Resilience Institute, they have modeled different ecosystem services that are under pressure and yeah, have changed during well, because of human action. And actually most important or most dramatic changes have been in biodiversity because of decrease of habitats, because of decrease of biodiversity. So these are most important things which are happening right now. And the other thing which is very important is changes in biochemical flows, circles. So of course these are connected with climate changes, but these are most affected ecosystem services what we have at the moment in the world. And why these are happening, and now we are moving towards to connection with insects and bees as well. So what is going on in the world? There are here you can see 5 most important or most the biggest drivers what is happening here. But just I do small pause because I can see that there is one comment or question. Katarina, can you see it?
No, Liisa, that was just me reminding people to make notes in the Miro board.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what is going on, and what are the main issues or main factors for peace and biodiversity more widely? Is one thing is changes in land use, how we have taken away the area where animals and all other species can live for us. So there are, of course, climate change, which is very important thing, and pollution of the environment. And pollution, yeah, here is listed plastic pollution, but for insect side, we can say that pollution of using different kind of nutrients in our ecosystems, and pesticides which are used extremely wrongly for intensive agriculture, and yeah, and invasive alien species, which also in Estonia we can see that during last 5 years, I even don't know how many new species we have in our species list in Estonia. So, and these are not only small species, but already bigger ones as well in sea, and also in mainlands as well. So, and here you can see some more detailed detailed figures, what is happening in the world. And yeah, one thing what I didn't mention before, deforestation, which is also very problematic in Estonia. However, we are very proud to say that more than 50% of our land is covered by forests, but the question is how healthy this forest is, and how much should we cut the forest. So at the moment, I think it is too much. As yeah, I didn't say you previously that 2 last years I also worked in the Ministry of Environment as an advisor for environmental awareness, and Ministry of Environment is responsible for tree cutting, but there are conflict also in the ministry as well, how much trees should be cut and how much not. So as ecologist, for me, it seems but I'm basing on facts. It's today in Estonia, it's too much. And yeah, there is another, yeah, it's a bigger figure, detailed figure. So here you can see also some other elements, parameters that are influencing biodiversity more widely. And yeah, here, for example, again, I can do examples from Estonian side. Somehow Estonians are very skeptical, they don't believe in climate changes, but already what we can say, we can see here is very heavy storms are more frequent. So it we already have destroyed the shoreline. The bigger storms have destroyed our shoreline, and bigger storms are more intensive and more often happening here in Estonia. That was like some 20 years ago. So it is one thing what is happening here in Estonia. So here you can see several other issues as well. And yeah, just some examples from some studies. If some of you is from Germany, this study is from Germany, and it is nature reserve area. So during last 25 years, the number of the mass of insects have decreased dramatically. So, and this is also what we have seen in Estonia and in all other parts of the world, that number of insects has decreased very dramatically. So, and it is not something new thing, but to say to politicians to do something, it has taken time. But researchers have said it already before, already 20 years or 30 years before. But now we are in a situation that we act very quickly to improve some things. I'm sorry to say, but we have lost so many years already to react. And yeah, now coming to the bees, same issues or same aspects which are influencing bees. There are loss of bees, huge loss of bees in US, in Germany, in bigger countries. In Estonian case also, we have had cases because of intensive agricultural management, because of using wrongly pesticides. We have had cases, but not so dramatic, but still we need to be careful, because climate change also affecting bees, because for example here in Northern Europe, if winters are more softer and wetter and softer, these kind of winters are not good for our bees here. So this is how climate change can influence bees. So number of bees have decreased dramatically also in all over the world. In some places more, but this is something what is happening. But here I will do small stop and ask you. Stop sharing. And now just one very short exercise for you to, as before I ask you to dream about some very nice place where you feel relaxed. And now I ask you, if you're okay, you can close your eyes, but you can keep your eyes open as well. But think about your favorite breakfast or food or dinner or breakfast, something you really, really like, you really enjoy. What kind of elements can you see at first? Look at your breakfast or your food. What kind of colors you can see? How many different colors can you see? Is it like a mosaic? Is it one color? Now, after seeing your food, smell it. How does it smell? Fresh? What kind of different elements can you feel with your nose? Now, in your mind, feel free to taste your food. So, how many different tastes you can feel with your tongue? And taste different elements from your food. Is it different or same? Or if you mix different tastes, how does it feel? Now feel your food, your breakfast or dinner or lunch. Feel it completely as a nice mixture of enjoyment. Taste, its smells, its colors, all elements together, and you really enjoy it. And you can eat it. And now, if you are full, you have enjoyed your food, you can come back. So, how does it feel? What did you have? Feel free to share. You can do it loudly or in chat. So, what did you have? What kind of things? What kind of elements?
Feel free to share. If you mind sharing, I'm happy to share. Maybe also someone else has the same. So it was pancakes.
Okay.
With a nice syrup and some strawberries. Yeah.
Good.
And if I had a similar one, but not pancakes, but those Belgian waffles with the sugar crust and some blueberry cream and all that.
Good, thank you. What else? Did you have coffee or tea or juice, something to drink?
Fresh coffee, ground. Yeah. And here in Brazil, we have these, it's kind of like pancakes, but they're made out of cassava flour. And it's got like this crunchy edge. It's got a really different texture to pancake I've ever eaten, but it's absolutely incredible. And you have like tomato and cheese and rocket. And so I was definitely wanting to eat one now, actually. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. What else? So I can share mine. If I can. Try to find my slides back. So, but yeah, this morning I had coffee with milk. I used to have it, and porridge with my son had syrup, and I had butter on my porridge, and I did last week I just did myself fresh porridge, so I use this one. So, and on the picture here is an orange juice, but I had apple juice actually today, and coffee with milk. Today, actually, I haven't had egg, but still I really enjoy to have egg. So this is my breakfast, and we just got ideas from your breakfast as well. So different colors, different taste, very nice one, and we really enjoyed it. But what can happen, and what would happen if we don't have any insects? And thinking about bees, for example, if we don't have any bees, what kind of breakfast then we can have? What kind of elements we can have from here, from this picture and from your pictures? Will it be safe?
Only the eggs. Only eggs, I guess. And butter.
Yeah, well, I think we will, eggs, we can have eggs, but we will lose butter as well, and milk. So the breakfast will be like that. How come? What happened here? No coffee, no tea, no juice. But why? What happened? We can still have oats. We can still have wheat, because what happened here is that all the other fruits and other plants, they are pollinated by insects, and especially by bees. But oats and wheats, these are wind pollinators, though they don't, for pollination, they don't need insects. So we can have kind of bread, and we can have kind of egg, because chicken, they are eating wheat, but chicken, they definitely need fresh, I don't know how to say, grass as well. So and these eggs and these bread and this wheat, these are also not very rich of nutrients, because insects are also living in the soil and giving nutrients and health to the soils as well. So it's a kind of big circle. Yeah, we can have some things, but these food are not such a this food doesn't have such a quality. So we can have kind of bread and kind of egg, but the quality is very, very low, and definitely we can't have orange, apples, avocados, tomatoes, potatoes, all these things we won't have, and coffee and tea. And the main question is mostly what is happening if I talk about these things, but where the butter and milk is coming. So, but cows, from where we can get milk and butter and yogurt, they need grass, fresh grass, and fresh grass is going thanks to bees and other pollinators. So our cows don't have food to eat. So that's why we will lose milk products as well. And this is a situation what we are facing at the moment. Albert Einstein said that if we lose peace, after 4 years, there won't be any human beings on the earth. This is legend. Albert Einstein actually didn't say it, but there is a truth behind this sentence. Yeah, 4 years maybe is too dramatic, but this is something to think about. Yeah, so here I would like to say some other things as well for what we need peace. Yeah, as I said, very important pollinators, and they play very important role in different for different foods, and not only if we are thinking about very anthropocentric way that yes, for us we need food. We need these berries, but not only we, but all other animals as well. And this food, if they are not eaten, they will be nutrient source for soil. So this is bigger circle. So and yeah, one thing is bees are very important for pollination, but they are important part for food web. They are also food for someone, food for birds, for example, or other animals. And if we take bees out of this food web, somehow it seems that this is something very small we take out of that, but they are playing very important role in food web, and giving the more insects, more bees we have, the more flexible ecosystem we have. For example, for diseases, for some other catastrophes, what we can see. If we have some climate crisis, and more richer biodiversity is more flexible for climate crisis. So these are very important roles what bees and other insects are playing in the ecosystem. And of course, contribution to the economy and communities. So, and not only for giving honey or bee wax or other elements that we can take out from beehive, not only for these, but also for through pollination, for example. I even don't know these big numbers, how many dollars or euros they are giving for state economy, but they are playing very important role for producing food, and then farmers can sell this food and can earn money. So it's again not circle in biodiversity, but circle in economy. And for example, cotton, or now I have forgotten the plant name. Yeah, definitely for all other for all plants what we are growing on fields. So this through that bees are contributing to the economy, and we tend to forget it, that thanks to whom we can sell our products. But this is something to think about very seriously. And the last thing, and actually for me the most important thing, and actually from what we started, that bees and other insects and nature gives us inspiration, gives us the way to think, to the relaxing places. And for inspiration, for example, I can share real Estonian story that we have. I don't know if you know that we have singing festivals after every 4 years, and the last song every year, every time, the last song is coming from 100 years ago, and it is about peace. Yeah, it is translated to Estonian language and how we love Estonia as a nation and how we would like to be at home, but it is described through words that bee is flying towards beehive. So through that, we can say that bees have given inspiration to poet to write these words, and not only for this song but to other songs as well. So, and these things are something we don't think about, that somehow bees are helping us to think about good things, and also bees are giving us ideas how to design our houses, for example. These elements that are coming from beehives we are using also in our houses as well, and all different kind of inspiration what we can get from bees. And it is described or said that these are cultural ecosystem services, and you can't give them the price, but you can value it. So these things are also very important, and bees are so, and you can think about these communities. You can think about these community connections or inspirations about all kind of things that are coming from ecosystems, about birds or about other insects. So just this is something for your homework, to think about other elements from nature that somehow gives you inspiration. You can use the cultural ecosystem services thanks to these elements that you can find from the nature. And this is something we don't think about so often. And these are, my beehives on the top roof of Tallinn University. So I go there quite often to take a picture of them, just enjoy to be with them. So this is also that bees are giving to me inspiration, and it is kind of place for meditation. And normally we don't think about it, that for that also we need peace, to be calm and relaxing. And now we are coming to the science part, and what just very shortly I can say you what how I study honey and why I need to do it. And if we would like to sell honey, definitely we need to do different kind of analysis of honey sugars and pH and different kind of elements. And for me, I study pollen in honey. So honey is made of nectar, not made of pollen, but pollen accidentally are in the honey, because you can see how that the body of bees brings pollen to the beehive, and that's why pollen accidentally be in the honey as well. So for me, it's like a personal curiosities. But it started from scientific curiosity. So I during already 21 years ago, I started to study honey. I did my bachelor about it, honey, pollen content of honey, Estonian honeys. So for me to study honey, it's now important for teaching and learning. It is for inspiration. And somehow, yes, definitely now a very big mission as well to speak about bees. And now I have defined the sentence "speak about bees" to speak for bees, so that that other people can understand for what we need bees and other insects. So not about bees, but for bees. And what, how I study honey is under the microscope. So, and I study pollen content in honey to define origin of honey, because pollen, I can recognize pollen under the microscope, because pollen different pollen types are species specific size, figure, and shape. So here you can see different types of pollen. And first one upper left is, I can say, for me it's easier to say Latin words, but the first upper left is in Latin is Taraxacum. The center is, in English, linden. The center upper, and the right upper is clover, and down here there is heather and fireweed. So these I have taken these pictures myself under the microscope. These are not red colored. I have colored these myself to see the structure and the very nice structure of these figures, and to define to find out which plants these are. But now I can see that again, here we have question, and yes, there is a question about source and connection of smell and taste of honey, definitely, and color, and definitely it is connected. The color of honey is connected with the source of honey. There are other elements also, other things also that are influencing the color of the honey and taste and smell. For example, the weather, how much rain do we have during the summertime, and or sunshine. And it is depending how we work with honey. Do we filter the honey, or what kind of methods we use to deal with honey? But yes, the source, the plant source gives quite many information. The taste and smell and color depends on the plant source. So it is connected. And we can, in Estonian case, mostly the honey is multi honey coming from different sources, but we can have, we can have only one or two plant source honey as well. It is, in Estonian case, it is quite rare one, but we can find this type of honey as well. So, and here also some examples for you to see that pollen are different under the microscope. I use 400 times. I do it 400 times bigger to define the pollen. And here you can see also different pictures. And this left-hand picture, this is a real picture under the microscope, not this one, like one very nice pollen, and I can recognize it, but it is a mixture of different pollen types. So I need to I need to recognize and count them all to define and say that this honey is coming from this plant and this one is from that one. So yeah, I stop here for a while. Do you have any questions? Or is it too messy, too clear or understandable?
Thank you very much. Yes. Let me just scroll a little bit. We have some questions. I would just read them out.
Okay, then I can, yeah, sure.
So this one, let me see if this was already been touched on. Are those pollen the thing that influence taste, or different honey from different flower or plant sources? Or does that have a different source?
Yeah, we already discussed about it shortly. So yeah, so taste and color depends on the source of plants. So it depends on it. But yeah, there are other elements also that influence the taste of honey, and honey is. However, as I said before, that I don't eat honey myself. I don't have allergy, but from my childhood, since my childhood, I just don't like it. Yeah, I know that there are some food that you don't like it. And for us, when I started to do honey analysis in the Institute of Ecology, we made a joke that I can't eat honey because I can't eat my samples. And I'm the best person who can analyze honey because other people, they would eat their samples. So I'm very safe person to study honey. So therefore it's good to do. But now I can stand the smell of honey. So and now I can even stand the taste of honey, because sometimes I need to lick my toes quickly but I say always that honey is very healthy, full of different minerals, vitamins, and if you feel just a little bit sick, and for example, if you have sore throat, take the honey and keep it in your mouth. Don't directly eat it, but because connection with your tongue and your mouth, then just very smoothly, very good elements are coming to your body. So keep the honey in your mouth for a while, and then it improve your cough, for example. So it's very, very good for your health. And it is said that if you take like 3 or 4 spoons per day, honey per day, then you can get all needed vitamins and minerals what you need. And for example, the honey has very specific type of fat, which is surprising that honey has some kind of fat inside it, but very specific type of fat, which is very useful for you. And very small amount, just very small amount of fat, but it is very useful for you.
Thank you. Adding to that one question, and there's also another question in the chat, but to that health benefits, and also I heard of this honey from New Zealand or Japan, what you put on wounds. So there's also an antiseptic effect, or something like a box costs over 100 or 200 euro or something. So that is also proven that it's antiseptic and works.
It is antiseptic, because if you think in a history how different other food were covered by honey to keep it for years, for example. So it has been used for keeping other food as well. So to keep bacterials away. So it is proven, and it is used in historically. It has been used also for that.
Cool. So we have two more questions on the chat and 3. Should I read? Do you want to read? How should we best do it? I can read this.
Yeah, you can read. Yeah.
Do you have problems with varroa mites for the bees, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, in Estonia, yeah, we have problems also with this. As I'm not beekeeper myself, so in my cases, for example, on the top roof of university and in city areas, what I have studied, we haven't had any problems with varroa, but in Estonian case we have had, and I don't know exactly how beekeepers are dealing with that. They are giving some medicaments, and but I don't know exactly how. But still, yes, I can say that we have problems with these diseases.
Thank you. So Alex is asking, in which way do bee species play a role on the honey market? For example, flavors, production volume, pest resilience. So the market connection here.
In
which way do bees play a role?
Bee species, type of, here I speak about honeybees, and we have different type of honeybees. For example, as we have different type of dogs, so we have different type of bees as well. And some of them are more productive, but somehow these bee types who are more productive, they are more aggressive as well. So beekeepers also would like to have more calm bees. So, there are some type of bees who are more productive, but I'm not so sure if it's so much effective that that counts on incomes. I'm not so sure if it's so much productive that some beekeepers are kind of richer because of that. They have more productive bees or type of bees. So, but they are the type of bees are playing some role.
Thank you. Yeah, and then Sarah mentions that you said some of the scientists in Estonia, they are very skeptical around climate change. So can you say more about this and its impact on the country?
Not researchers. Researchers in Estonian case, researchers are sure about climate change, and but people, citizens in Estonia, they when I worked in Ministry of Environment, we after every 2 years we do in the ministry Estonians environmental awareness studies, and just last year we focused on climate changes, and through that we got the information or we got to know that Estonians at first they don't know about climate changes so much, and they think that climate changes don't affect Estonia, and it's climate changes are not influencing Estonia. They are something abroad, somewhere else, but not for Estonia. So as my colleague once say that nice to see that Estonians are thinking that Estonia is not part of the world. So and Estonians know and realize that climate changes are happening in the world, but not in Estonia. So, but not for scientists. Researchers are definitely trying to push and share information that climate changes are happening here in Estonia as well.
That's good to hear. So to what extent do honeybees compete with wild bees? Is there a competition? And
there are kind of competition, but my next slides also will be urban beekeeping, and it's also a question always that how tightly we should put beehives together. So there is and also in countryside as well, how many beehives should or can we put together, not to not affect wild bees. And so far it's like imbalanced. We haven't, I don't know, in Estonian case, I haven't seen any studies about it, if there will be like fight between wild bees and insects and honeybees. Definitely there are studies, but I haven't focused on it or I haven't read these studies. Definitely there is like a boredom, but so far in Estonian case, I can see that we have kind of balance between wild ones and domestic ones. And there is one case that there are some very specific plants which needs only honeybees to pollinate it. The flower itself designed in such a way through evolution. The flower itself is such a shape that only honeybees can pollinate it. So for that, these plants, they can't be pollinated by other wild bees or other insects. So for that, we need bees that already, the evolution has taken such a long time and there are other plants which are kind of designed by nature in such a way that these are only for mosquitoes, or these are only for, in US there are such kind of plants which are designed only for honeybird, so such as small birds, not for insects also. So we have connection between certain insects and certain plants, though they fix together. So this is also magic of nature, and it is not a connection only between one honeybee and some certain plants, but between other species as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a lot of interest, and it's really now we're getting really deeper into this. So thank you for sharing. We have two last questions. And one is from Sarah. Is there any projects to support honey producers? For example, in Italy, there is 3B that allows you to adopt a hive to support economically the small enterprises.
In Estonia, I think we don't have this kind of system, but I have heard about this Italy system. But we have very nice and small companies who are doing different kind of products made of honey and all other bee products, and doing mixtures and creams and different kind of products. They are thinking about different kind of foods and drinks, and this is one thing that we can get some things from directly from beehive and do productions. And the other thing is to use bees somehow in the design as a design element, and sell these things with a message to support beekeepers and to support biodiversity through that. And one thing, more wider thing is, for example, to sell small packages of different seeds. So you can, together with some other products, for example, or just only the package of seeds, and take these seeds and put it in some places to support bees and other insects as well. So this is, and not definitely not low them towns. So it's very important, this cross-cutting. This is problematic in Estonia, probably in everywhere. So please share your land with bees, keep flowers flowering. So this is something very important. So yeah, to create different kind of products to support ecosystem, biodiversity, for example. So this is through that you can support bees.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and then also the seed things makes you the person an actor themselves, so they can then use that and be integrated in that. That sounds really good. So last question is touching base on the living conditions of industrial honey, especially. Also there's a controversy on the almond production in California leading to bad living conditions. And the general question is, what do you think about the living conditions in industrial honey production, and how could this be fixed?
Yeah, this is quite dramatic, this almond almond production and all other productions, intensive agriculture as well. And how, there is one movie about beekeeping in different ways called More Than Honey. So if you have opportunity, so try to find it. I think the title was More Than Honey. And there was a scene that in the middle of almond, it's not forest, almond field, one guy is saying that, listen, and then you can hear zoom, 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 voice of bees. Listen, what kind of voice it is. And before I was watching this movie and I was thinking, like a voice of nature or voice of bees. This came into my mind. And then he continued in the film that voice of money. So for some people, the voice of bees is voice of money. And this is very big step to change economical system. So if we can't think about only the honey, and especially all these intensive people from intensive agriculture and people who are dealing with these huge almond fields, they are only thinking about honey, about the production and about the almond production. And for that, they are bringing huge amount of bees there. And it is definitely, it is not good for health of bees. One thing is we don't know exactly how these trees are affected, for example, by different chemicals. This is one thing. Though how we treat these almond trees, we treat also the bees as well, and bees can be poisoned through these chemicals what we use in these fields. This is one thing, and the other thing, the list is quite long, but the one thing is also that you also don't want to eat all the time McDonald's or whatever fast food things. So yeah, it's quite easy to think that, okay, they can bees can get their food from the almond tree, but it is not definitely, it is not the transportation and the way of food for bees. This is not good for their health, and the way how we treat almond tree and other intensive fields with chemicals we don't know, and these chemicals influence bees very dramatically. And then this is one thing how why we lose bees so much. I don't know if I answer your question, but
yeah, thank you. I think we can So this is really interesting, and thank you very much for bringing us into this topic on the micro and macro level. with this great presentation and sharing with us. And thank you, Liisa, very much.
Thank you for listening. And yeah, there are so many things what you can do to keep bees alive. And today we didn't have opportunity to speak about bees in cities, so it is also important how you can keep bees alive, as city environment is suitable. It depends on cities, of course, but it is possible to keep bees in the cities as well. So this is next step.
Yes, very much. I mean, we see this sparks a lot of new opportunities, and the bees are in a lot of different ecosystems. And yeah, I'd love to talk longer and share with everyone. Yet we're time bound. So thank you again for being with us and sharing with us. I think from our schedule right now, we want to have a break and shake a little bit here with you, everyone. So our invitation is, just shake with some music here, and then let's have a little break and get together again. Then we're going to look at the food thing. So stopping the